Hi, and welcome back to another Grand Adventures Grand Unboxing. Today it's a little different. We're not looking at a statue. We're looking at the Mezco 112 Fantastic Four box set. I've been super excited about this thing. It's something I've been looking forward to since they announced it. So I'm not going to spend any time just looking at this nice, beautiful box with this Kirby art on it. We're going to break it open and check out what's inside. There you go. There's the top layer. If you've ever opened a Mezco 112, their boxes are awesome. The way everything's laid out in there is great. This is just the same thing, just turned up to the extreme. First off, you're going to have your care instructions. Every Mezco comes with these. It's going to tell you how to take care of them because these aren't just regular figures. These are awesome figures. Great stuff. But they do have like real cloth and things on them, so they do take a little extra care than a regular, like, you know, Marvel Legends, something like that. So you're always going to get that care instructions in there. And then you'll have instructions on how to put together your figures, things like that. Any kind of thing they might have, batteries, any kind of special, there's nothing on the back side there, but any kind of special things the figure might do or have. Not everyone will have those. Let's take off this top layer here, your foam layer. This is protective layer. This is, like I said, if you've ever opened a Mezco, their boxes are awesome, but this is like that just turned up because you're getting 4 Mezcos. Technically 5 if you count the robot. But this is your first layer. They always come in 3 to 4 layers. This would be your first layer. It's got your protective plastic under there. This is actually a hard plastic. So you can take this out, get to your layer underneath, which might be a little bit tricky. There we go. So we'll take the first layer. We're going to set it off to the side here. There's your second layer. It's got your flame effects. Looks like some effects. Maybe Invisible Woman's hands, I'm assuming, because they're small. Reed's hands, obviously the Thing's hands, Human Torch stuff. So that's your second layer there. We'll remove that. We're going down to our third layer. Once again, Mezcos are awesome. I love this side of the boxes, and then this is just proof why. So you got your third layer here. It's going to have obviously some Reed Richards stuff, your robot, some more effects, some batteries. I'm assuming those are for Human Torch, Visible Woman force field, some Reed Richards stretchy parts. So, and then underneath, I don't know. Yep, there's a fourth layer. And so we're getting into the fourth layer now. So this is your fourth layer. You're getting, it looks like a Yancey Boys, a Yancey Street sign there for Thing. You always get these baggies with them, and you can write with a Sharpie on it and be like, this is Thing, this is Sue Storm. So you'll know all your extra bits can go in there. So when you got them on display, you might want to change them out a little bit. You don't have to open up the box. You maybe keep them in a drawer or whatever, and you go in and get your little pieces out, and you're good to go. Your bases, your Thing trench coat. You're also going to have these stands that come with them. These attach to the base. We'll get into that later. Make it look like they're flying. All kinds of great stuff. So that was the fourth layer, which I believe this would be the last layer. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to change the camera angle, set it up a little different, and we're going to get in there. We're going to look at each figure close up and check them out and see some of the cool stuff. I probably won't be able to get into everything because you can see there's a lot in this box, but I want to at least get the base figures out and look at them, give you a look at some of this stuff. So I'm going to get this reset up, and I'll be right back. And here we are with Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Maybe the leader of the Fantastic Four. Maybe it's Sue Storm. We'll let them figure that out. But he is definitely the smartest man on the Fantastic Four. Maybe the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. But this is an awesome rendition of Reed Richards. So these, if you've never seen a Mezco before, they are a mixed media. Hands, feet, head. Some of the little things are plastic. And then the outfit itself is with this, in the case of Fantastic Four, it's like a spandex material. They are fully posable, as you can see. You can get all kinds of poses with them. I've got the Iron Fist Mezco, and I've put him in some crazy martial arts pose. So he's got a similar outfit to these guys. They always stand really well, I feel. Get further back here for you. I feel like the Mezcos, they come with bases to allow them to look like they're flying, and you get some really cool poses with them. For just a basic pose, though, I do feel like the Mezcos always pose really well. Now, these Fantastic Four, they all have a massive amount of accessories. If you ever play, like, Mezcos come with a lot of stuff. I'm not going to be able to look at it all day, but I'll give you a little sample, especially with Reed Richards. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at some of fantastic things Reed Richards can do. So first off, you can pop his feet off. Like that. Like that. And he's got these fantastically long feet, as you can see. Get in there and look at that. Now, sometimes with this stuff, you have to, you know, they're sturdier than they look. They do require some special care sometimes, but, you know, they're not, you're not going to break them if you put just a little bit of pressure to put something on. They know that you're going to, you know, change out these parts. So I've never had any issues with my Mezco, not to say that people haven't. But you got to get that in there. You'll always feel it connect when it does. So there we go. We got stretchy leg Reed Richards. I don't know how balanced he will be. He would probably need to stand on his own, I'm thinking. Maybe not. We'll see. I'll hold him just so you can see this. So there's stretchy leg Reed Richards. But say you want to take it a little further and take it up a notch. So what you can do is you can take his head off. His head does come off. He did have some extra, another part that goes here. I did not pull that out. I don't really think I'm going to need it for this as much. His torso comes off. Now, this looks like it's going to be awesome. So, we got some big hands. I pre-put those on. You got his stretched out torso. Put that head on here. It does have a bracer that goes, like another piece that goes up in there that kind of covers that neck up. I did not add that, but you get the idea. And so there he is, completely stretched out. Reed Richards. This is completely awesome. They've done this effect with some Marvel Legends and some other figures, but I just don't think it hits like this one. You will need his stand to get him to stand once he's like this, because that's a lot. Surprisingly, he almost kind of wants to do it on his own, as you can see. But I'm going to hold him for you. There he is. Almost too big for the camera. Giant hands. This stretched out torso is amazing. Like I said, the reason this is so much better than ones you've might from other companies, and not to knock those are cool too, is it's that mixed media. It looks like he's stretching because the fabric is stretched out, so it just gives it a different vibe. It's very cool. I believe, yeah, he's bendy. Take that off. He is bendy right there. So you have a little bit of, like, you know, you can do some stuff with him. The arms are a bendy material. So there you go, that. So we're going to put Reed back to normal stature here. So the feet just pop off. You'll always feel it go in. Like I said, you'll feel a little, you can actually kind of hear them click sometimes too. Like that one you definitely heard. Then let's reconnect his torso, which is totally been, you know, he can still, it doesn't, the design on this is awesome because nothing affects just having him in his normal form, like, and not being posable. And last but not least, you know, Reed's got to have his head on. But do we want this head? This is the great thing about Mezco. So if I get in here and get that head, get a shot of that head. Might be a little too much, but something cool is we can do Reed with a beard. So this is something really, he actually has another head besides this. So he's got 3 heads. I believe every member's got 3 extra heads, and, you know, this, excluding the one that's on him, so 4 heads total. His head is on. He's got some great pivot in his torso. If you can see like the ribs, the abs. They really did a great job with him. He's actually a little jacked, I think. You know, for most Reed Richards, they usually kind of make him a little skinnier. But there he is, the first member of the Fantastic Four we looked at, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. So who are we going to look at next? Well, let's look at his wife, Sue Storm. Now, she's got a lot of invisible effects. I didn't pull them out because I knew Reed was going to take a little bit to look at. I did pull out one of her extra heads. She has a lot of hands. She's got a force field. She has some attachments for her head to make it look like she's projecting her powers. Once again, fully turnable. Arms lift. Knees, she's fully bendable. They've got joints in their feet. Her outfit, mixed media, just like Reed. Let's see how she stands. Let's get her a little. Just like I said, sometimes these Mezcos, they stand almost on their own, like out of the package. It's great. Put her back there with Reed for a second. And there's Sue. We're gonna change her head out. See, she's got this one, which she's got one face that she's grimacing, kind of like she's shooting her power. This is more serious. She's got the head she's got on is, a little more happy, I guess you could say, but this is her more serious face. Hair's a little different on it. So, just like with Reed, just pull. And pop on. Sorry about that. Maybe the stand a little bit. And there she is, Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, the matriarch of the first family of Marvel. I didn't mention that. They are the first family of Marvel. They are the first Marvel, if you will. They're the ones that brought Marvel to the table, not just Spider-Man. I would love to have a Spider-Man in his Fantastic Four outfit with his bag to go with these. I know they're Marvel Legends, but I'd love for Mezco to make one. And there's Sue Storm, Invisible Woman. She's a little more simplistic than the others. Like, she does have a lot of invisibility powers that are in the box. You saw I was opening it and I was going through the layers. You could see them in there. She's got force fields, energy projection from her head. So she has a lot of stuff. Like I said, alternate heads. She's got her head she comes with and two other heads. It looks like. So that there you go. There's two of the Fantastic Four. We've actually got three more to look at, but one of them's going to be a little treat at the end. So let's look at Johnny. So here's Johnny Storm. Now, as I was saying, these are 1/12 scale, so they're the same size of a Marvel Legend, G.I. Joe Classified. The McFarlane figures are taller than these because they're 7 inches usually. So his are a little scaled up. But most figures are in this 6-inch line. They're the same size up, so they go well. So if you wanted to get that bag head Spider-Man, he would still fit really well with these because he's same scale. The really cool thing with Mezcos is you can see here they all are different heights. They are the same scale, but Mezco is a 1/12 scale figure, but they're scaled to each other. So they're not all going to be 6 inches. Like Wolverine, for instance, is shorter. Some of the characters are taller. But let's get back in here to look at Johnny. So this is Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, old hothead. So here he is. And I think this might be one of my favorite, him and Reed might be some of my favorite Mezco 1/12 head sculpts. This head sculpts are just amazing on this Fantastic Four. They've got kind of a very classic 50s look to them, but still very modern, look great. I'm loving this Johnny Storm head. It's fire, no pun intended. Once again, mixed media. But like I said, you can see Reed's torso is different than his. There's a little bit of different build there between them. So much like Sue, he's got a ton of effects. He's got a base that lights up that makes it look like he's on fire. He could have his own video. He's got so much stuff. But I'm on limited time here. And but I didn't want to leave you with just, plain looking Johnny. So we're gonna pop that head off. We're gonna do something a little different here. And we're going to pop on his flame head, which, is super awesome. This looks a lot like I can get my camera not to blur so much. You get the close in. The detail on this head is great. The line work and everything. And it looks like the same head, like it's the same face. They've just done a good job of making it look like that face on fire. So there's Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Let's get him standing here, looking all hot-headed like. Let me get him a fist up here. We'll put him back here with his sister and his brother-in-law. All right. Well, there they are, the Fantastic Four. I hope you know. We got one more. You got to save him for last. Big blue eyes, Ben Grimm, Clobbering Time. Probably one of the best Marvel characters ever. Here he is. All his glory. This is a thick boy. This is the thing. Like, you could not get a better thing than this. The belt rotates a little bit. Mixed media, obviously very little on him. He's mainly plastic as well. He's a big rock boy. Get him standing here. This is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. Now, some people might be sad that he's not, like, towering over them. They don't always depict things like that, I mean, he usually is smaller than the Hulk when they fight. But he's still super awesome. He's, as you can see next to, he's a big boy. He's a thick boy. A lot of rock. This is a heavy figure too. Like, if this falls, you're going to hear it. Like I said, mixed media on the shorts and the belt. So Thing, he does have several different heads that go with him. He has his trench coat. He's got different hands. Most of his attachments are all on him. He doesn't, he's not like the others. He is the effect. I mean, he's the Thing. He's a big rock man. So the one thing he does have is his trench coat, which I did not pull out. I did pull out his hat, though, that goes with him. Goes on perfect. Look at that. Put the trench coat on. He's in disguise. This, I'm going to get you a behind look at this too, because this is awesome. This Thing figure is great. Look at that. Look at that big old back. Swole, jacked, big old rocky Thing. I love this figure. So there's the Thing. Put him over here with his hat on. Maybe move Reed over a little bit. Move Sue over. Get Ben in there. We get like that. We get his little head turn. And there they are. The Fantastic Four, all their glory. This is probably the best representation of the Fantastic Four. This is a pricier piece. It does come in a metal box, and as you saw us opening it, the accessories never end. They just don't. They're just accessory after accessory after accessory. Every hand position you could probably think of, different heads, different just effects for Sue and Johnny. Like I said, Johnny lights up. He looks like he's on fire. The mixed media outfits. It's just, if you are a Fantastic Four fan and you're like, I don't want a bunch of Fantastic Four figures, I just want a definitive Fantastic Four set, this would be the one to have. You're not going to beat this one. There are some nice Marvel Legends out there, some selects, and I've seen some great Fantastic Four figures, and I own some of them. But this one is just, because of the mixed media on the outfits and the head sculpts and the effects and stuff, you're just not going to be able to beat this one. You put that Johnny Storm on he's got this giant flaming base, and you light that up, and you have, Reed all stretched out, and Thing doing his thing. They're just going to look awesome. I'm missing one member here. Going to bring him in here now. Fantastic Five, I guess we could say, and here he is. All his glory, Herbie. Now, he mainly was in the cartoon, but this is great. They added him in, and he's even he has accessories. He does have a base that makes him look like he's flying. The neck is actually a rubber material over the base, so it doesn't just, it has like a neat turn to it. It's very cool looking. Kind of surprised his eyes don't light up. I'm surprised they didn't take that. I guess they didn't want to take that away from Johnny. But he's not just plain. Like I said, he does have a flight base, but he's got his little toolbox here. Pull that out. Or his little keypad for Reed. He's helping Reed out, right? Also, a little computer built in there. I'm sure he's got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all the great stuff. Reed's not going to, not have him have that. Latest, greatest, hottest graphics cards. Play some games on him. Does it in there. He does have junk in his trunk. He's got his wiring and stuff. Maybe Reed needs to fix something, work on something. So they would not be complete without this really does make it a complete Fantastic Four. It's great. Like I said, you get that bag. You get Spider-Man with the bag on his head, put him with him, you're good to go. But this is a great representation of the Fantastic Four, I believe. It has a little bit of that Kirby to it, a little bit of the John Byrne era to it. So it's they kind of took everything, I feel, and just like combined it into one perfect Fantastic Four. I really enjoyed looking at these today. Like I said, you had your Reed torso and some extra legs, things like that we looked at, your heads, things like that. But by far, this is the best Fantastic Four you're going to get. I am a huge Mezco fan, so maybe I'm a little biased. But This is awesome. One of my other favorite Mezcos is the Iron Fist. Maybe I can look at him one day for the channel. But there they are, the Fantastic Four. Like I said, I didn't, this video would have gone on forever if I looked at every effect they came with, which I would love to have done. But, I wanted to kind of keep this video at a decent time. Hope you enjoyed it. No, it was a little different. We weren't looking at the statue. You didn't see me in front of the camera today. This was all behind the camera stuff. But there was Johnny, Reed, Sue, Ben, Herbie. They really hoped you enjoyed the video. As always, hit the little bell, hit like, subscribe. Make sure to hit that little bell so you get those notifications. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all those great social media sites for any kind of updates. Also, visit us at grandadventurecomics.com. That's our website where we sell toys, magic, statues, all Gundams, all kinds of great stuff on there. You want to check that out. But here they were, the Fantastic Four. I hope you'd enjoy them, and see you next time.